I can't be stopped. I'm so good at this. Okay, so back in Google Classroom. This one's going to be really fast, so I might do two at the same time. This is the one that Mrs. Carnes helped me make about trench warfare. So this assignment is called, I forgot. Hang on. Going back to my Google Classroom. Oh, it's right here. In the stream, it says, this is a simulation about trench warfare during World War I. Have fun, but not too much fun because it is a war. So it's kind of a game, but we try not to call it a game because lots of people died in the trench. So you have a lot of things to do here, but they're all super simple. One of them is you're going to click on the link that says game over the top. Now, when I played this game, hopefully you can see this. Does that make it better? I played with my name and Mrs. Carnes as my friend, and then I may have killed her a few times, and myself. So you're going to go to this simulation, then you're going to watch a video, and then you're going to watch a video, and then you're going to watch a video. And look, they're all short, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And then you're going to listen to a song called Bella Woods, and then an old Christmas song that you guys may have heard on the radio. Now, this Christmas song by Garth Brooks, I'm going to play it while I'm talking to you. Years ago, I did this lesson about trench warfare. And I had this student in my classroom, and he sat in a corner by the window, and I didn't think he cared at all about global studies. He didn't answer a lot of questions, and he didn't come to class as much as I would have liked, and he never did his homework. And after we did the lesson on trench warfare, he came in the next day, so like 2 days later, and he goes, Mrs. Gullo, I want to show you something. And I was like, all right, what do you want to show me? And he pulled out this CD that he had with this song on it. And it was beautiful. It was perfect. So even though he wasn't paying attention the way I thought a student should pay attention, he really was. And he was able to connect this to another medium that meant more to him, Garth Brooks. So if you get a chance, listen to this beautiful song. All right, so before I cry over that, back to your Google Classroom, you have an assignment called the Armenian Genocide. Oops, and I just closed it. So I'm going to open it back up. Got my granny glasses on. Armenian Genocide. I'm going to walk you again over to the learning targets so we can take a look at these together. All right, my kids are teasing me right now. So learning targets, I can summarize the events leading up to the Armenian Genocide. I can define and describe what a genocide is. This is just in general. I can identify the pros and cons of whether we should label it a genocide or not. These are the vocab words and the people you need to walk away with. You need to be able to define genocide. You need to be able to identify who the Armenians are, who the Young Turks are, and what the Ottoman Empire is. You guys already know a bunch of Armenians. If you know any of the Kardashians, they're all Armenian. Their dad is anyway. And another Armenian that you guys know is Miss Skazigan is Armenian. And her great-grandfather escaped from Armenia during World War I. And the story is pretty great. If we were in school, I could put the link up and we'd watch the YouTube video. But we're not there, and I don't have that link memorized. So one of the things they did to Armenian men during World War I is they forced them to join the army, the Ottoman and the Turkish army during World War I. So they forced them to join the army, and then as they were training them, they would get them all trained up. Okay, we're going off to war, get in this ship. And when they were off to war, they just killed them. The Turkish people killed the Armenian people who were residents of Turkey and murdered them. They got the young, the healthy men forced into the army and then murdered them. Miss Gossigan's great-grandfather was trained up. He was all ready to go to war, and they were all marching him off to get on this ship, this transport ship, off to World War I. And he said to his commanding officer, he goes, "Oh, you know what? I forgot my coat back in in the barracks. I got to go run and get my coat." And his officer's like, "Okay, go quickly, little Gozigan guy. Quick, 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 because we got to get going on this war." And her great-grandfather walked to his barracks to get his coat and then just kept walking. He never came back. And that's the only reason we have Miss Gozigan today, and we love her, and we're so glad she's alive. So let's take a look at what the actual assignment says to do. If you look at your Google Classroom, it says you need to fill in one of the charts provided. All right. So there's a top chart, which you can do based on documents if you like to read. You can use your textbook. And if you want to, the textbook page is page 764 and 826. Guys, can you stop for a second? 826 to 827. Or you can use the text that's in your blue packet. Or you can use any one of these links. And you can see the links I have kind of leveled to different reading levels. If you are like, I don't really want to read too much hard stuff, the CNN link is about a 6th grade reading level. History.com is about an 8th grade reading level. And then the New York Times article on the Armenians is about a 12th grade reading level. So you can read those articles and you can fill in this chart. If you were saying to yourself, I've read enough today, you can watch one of these videos. Now, I want you to watch one of the top 3 videos. This one at the bottom is just kind of a jokey one, so don't use this for your research. This, What is the Armenian Genocide, is not a great video, but it's okay. The one from PBS on genocide is very, very, very good. This is the resource I recommend. And then Battle Over History from 60 Minutes is also very good, but the sound quality is a little, so if you're like, I have wax in my ears, I can't hear very well, skip that one. And this one down here is a joke. And there is a very, very, very naughty word at 1 minute and 41 seconds. So if you're like, I don't want to hear a naughty word, don't listen to this one. Again, the chart is the same whether you're doing it based on text or on video. You have to identify which source you used, which video or which document you used. You have to identify who the Armenians are, who the Ottoman Turks are, and what the differences between them are. What happened to the Armenians according to Turkey, and what happened to the Armenians according to Armenia. You have to be able to define genocide. Then, this isn't going to be in the text. You have to identify another genocide, maybe one we've already talked about, like King Leopold, or maybe one you did in 9th grade, or maybe one that we've reviewed, or you can go and think ahead, like for World War II. You need to go through the document or the video and identify 5 numbers, dates, statistics, people who died, any 5 numbers, and then from your document or your video, copy in one quote that summarizes the experience of Armenians. And that's that. I'll see you in a second.